Welcome, everyone. Today we're looking into some really interesting source material. Quite a juxtaposition, actually.
Oh, definitely. We've got Prince Harry on Hasan Minhaj's podcast.
Right. And he starts off, totally relaxed, going, full cowboy.
Yeah, talking ranch dressing, yelling yeehaw, even debating Applebee's breadsticks. It's like viral gold, super lighthearted.
You're laughing along thinking, okay, this is just some fun celebrity chat about him living stateside.
Exactly. You're completely disarmed.
And then, boom, just like that.
The whole tone shifts. He drops this major, really serious warning about social media and technology.
It's like the humor was just setting the stage.
Precisely. Setting the stage for a pretty alarming message, honestly.
And that core message is, well, it's a heavy accusation. He claims social media companies are, and this is his phrase, farming our children's minds.
Strong words.
And look, this isn't just about royal gossip. It feels like it taps directly into that, that modern parenting anxiety.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling we all get when tech just seems way ahead of our instincts, our ability to set boundaries.
Yeah, it moves so fast.
So our goal today is really to unpack what he said. What does this intense language reveal about raising kids right now?
And also, why do we adults often feel so kind of low-key burnt out by these same platforms? That's part of it, too.
Definitely. It's all connected.
Okay, so let's start with that viral moment, the yeehaw energy, because that contrast feels really key.
It is. It makes him relatable, right? Down to earth.
But that relatability just makes the next part hit harder.
Much harder. When he suddenly calls social media lawless and even evil, I mean, that's not just criticism.
No, that's like full-on moral condemnation.
Right.
But hang on, is that fair? Is it evil, or is it more like poorly regulated capitalism just doing what it does, exploiting attention?
That's a really important question. Is it just hyperbole?
Does that kind of language actually help the conversation, or does it just shut it down?
Well, his argument seems to go beyond just bad regulation. It points towards intentional design.
Okay. Explain that.
When he uses that metaphor, farming our children's mindset, and calls the people behind it wicked, he's suggesting it's not an accident.
He's suggesting malice, or at least like a reckless disregard in how it's built.
Exactly. He's arguing the architecture itself is the problem. Fundamentally manipulative.
So the algorithms aren't just showing us stuff. They're not neutral.
Not at all. That's the core of it. He's connecting this really dramatic language to the tech reality, which is that our thoughts, our habits, our self-worth.
Even how we feel.
Yeah, even our emotional responses are being actively, engineered, designed to keep us clicking, reacting, scrolling.
So it stops feeling like a platform and starts feeling
Like something's pulling the strings, an emotional puppet master almost.
It's not just about wasting time scrolling then, it's the manipulation behind it.
That's what he's getting at. It's like that analogy, the apps are playing 4D chess with our brains.
While we're losing at checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. And every time we engage, we give them more data to get better at it, better at manipulating us.
Which in his view makes it wicked, profiting off engineered unhappiness or addiction.
That distinction, intent versus just bad regulation, feels critical.
But what makes his alarm maybe ring louder than, say, other tech critics is the personal angle.
Oh, completely. He brought it right back to his own kids, Archie and Lilibet.
You could really hear it in his voice, couldn't you? That mix of fear and responsibility.
Absolutely. When he said he and Meghan will be way more cautious and hesitant about social media for them, that felt very real.
And if you think about his life, I mean, growing up under that intense media spotlight.
The most intense, probably. Constantly documented, judged, often unfairly.
He understands what that kind of exposure does.
Better than almost anyone. And now he sees that same kind of monster, but in digital form. More powerful, maybe less accountable.
So for him, it's not abstract. It's like history potentially repeating, but worse.
It definitely frames it that way. Like he's saying, I lived the analog version, and this digital one, it's exponential.
Which taps into that impossible situation for parents today.
The double bind, we call it. Fear of isolation if the kid isn't online.
Right, fear they'll be left out.
Versus the fear of completely losing them, their identity, their mental health to the online world.
It's a choice previous generations just didn't face. How do you raise a kid in an ecosystem you think might be harmful?
And Harry really clarified it's not just about screen time anymore. He said, we're talking about identity being monetized.
Okay, what does that mean practically for a kid?
Well, think about it. A kid posts something, their friends see it, sure. But the algorithm, That's the real gatekeeper of validation now.
The likes, the views.
Exactly. If the algorithm doesn't push it, they don't get the likes. No likes feels like social rejection. The system basically teaches them their value is tied to how well the platform can sell their attention.
Their identity literally becomes a commodity.
Painfully real, isn't it?
Yeah. And maybe that's why he suggests these pretty radical age limits. He joked about 35.
Which got a laugh, sure.
But then he seriously suggested 21.
21, that's a strong statement. It says he thinks young brains need serious protection.
And his reason why companies would fight that.
Pure economics, according to him. They profit from hooking kids early. Younger user means more years of data, more habit training.
So that profit motive, for him, crosses a line. From just business
to wicked, yeah. That seems to be his threshold.
Okay, let's shift from the sort of philosophical critique to the specific things he flagged, the policy issues.
Right, the practical concerns. He mentioned something specific about Meta, didn't he?
Yeah, about an alleged chatbot policy.
He specifically mentioned reports claiming Meta's policy could allow for flirtatious interactions with kids. He called that possibility alarming.
And for him, the fact that something like that could even be on the table
just highlights a kind of reckless indifference towards protecting kids. That seemed to be his point.
Which loops back to his bigger idea about free will.
The no free will on social media line.
For anyone listening who thinks, wait, I choose what I click on, what's he really getting at there?
He means every choice you think you're making online is actually nudged.
Nudged.
Yeah. The app isn't just showing you random stuff or even just what you asked for. It's showing you the one thing calculated to keep you scrolling 30 seconds longer.
The perfect bit of outrage, maybe. Or the perfectly timed notification.
Exactly. That tiny optimized nudge, that's the erosion of free will he's talking about. It's control through data, through optimization.
And, okay, this obviously isn't just about kids then. It applies to adults too.
Oh, absolutely. We're in the same system. The adult experience is just the long game version.
How many of us, find ourselves doom scrolling late at night?
2 a.m., yeah. Past the point of getting anything useful, just scrolling through anger or anxiety.
And you consciously think, why am I doing this? Stop. But you can't.
Right. Or remember that social media detox you took?
Oh, yeah. The digital blackout.
What happened when you came back?
It was weird. I realized I almost didn't know what to do with, silence. My brain was so used to the constant input, I almost missed the chaos. It was unnerving.
That feeling, that's the symptom. We've internalized this need for constant, personalized, optimized stimulation. Overstimulation.
That's like the new form of exhaustion.
Totally. We're tired, but we can't rest because our minds are just waiting for the next ping, the next notification to tell us what to feel or react to.
It really makes his whole message feel less like a royal proclamation and more relatable.
Strip away the titles, the podcast appearance.
And he's just another parent worried about his kid's mental health and autonomy.
Exactly. That basic human anxiety is the mirror. It reflects what so many people are grappling with, kids or no kids.
And to be fair, he's not just pointing fingers. He's trying to do something constructive too, right? With the Archwell Network.
Yes, the Archwell Parents Network. It's meant to be a resource hub.
Focused on what specifically?
Mental wellness, digital safety, trying to give parents actual tools, practical guidance, moving beyond just the fear.
Towards actionable strategies, giving people a toolkit.
That seems to be the goal. Pivot from critique to capability.
So, if we pull all this together, the strong words, the personal history, the tech critique, the attempt at solutions, what's the main takeaway for someone listening?
I think the core message is he's using his own really painful experience with public exposure.
Pre-internet version.
Right. And holding it up as a warning for this digital age. He's basically saying, I saw what that world did. Let's not repeat it. Amplified for the next generation with these algorithms.
Learn from my past, essentially.
Yeah. And that shifts the conversation from just too much screen time to something deeper about identity, control, autonomy.
Makes you question who's really steering the ship in your own head each day.
It does.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. What does real free will look like for you this week, especially offline?
That's a great challenge. Can you consciously choose silence over stimulation, even for a bit?
Observe when your attention feels pulled versus when you're giving it freely.
Because ultimately, maybe that mental peace, that quiet, maybe that's the real luxury now.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for exploring this with us today.
Catch you next time.